Ready, Phantom?
Ready, Keg.
Let's go! Oh, hey, it's time for the TBBAP show. Everybody watch, come on, let's go. TBBAP!
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of TBBAP.
That's two best brothers bitch about ponies.
I'm Keg Standard.
And I'm Phantom Horn. This week on the Pony Show, Hearthbreakers.
Hearthbreakers.
Giga
Lovemaker.
Hearthbreakers!
Something, wanna Undertakers. Yeah, it was the most anticipated episode since season
since
3.
Maud.
For me, this was the most hyped I've been for an episode since
because
Twilight got her fucking wings.
And why was that, Keg?
This is because this episode focuses finally on Pinkie Pie's entire family.
That's right. Last
Hoo-boy
season we got
was
Maud. This
Yeah.
season we get Igneous Feldspar. Claudia.
No, his name was Igneous Pie.
Igneous Feldspar Pie.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. And then the wife was, I couldn't tell
Cloudy
if the
Quartz.
wife
It was
was
Cloudy
Quartz or Claudia, like Claudia Quartz.
Oh, I'm going with Cloudy.
I think it might have been a pun. I couldn't quite tell. And then there was Limestone Marble.
Pie. Mm-hmm.
And fuck if I wasn't just charmed right to heck by every last one of them, Keg. This episode
Igneous, who was a total asshole, wasn't a total asshole. He was the coolest guy. He was the coolest.
I know.
Every time he spoke, the organ played in the background. It was so fucking sick, dude.
Wait, it did?
Yeah, there were if you listen to the background music, every time he speaks, there's like a little bit of just like burr, 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 like church music in the background. Yeah, it was rad.
Are you saying that he had a leitmotif?
What is that?
It's like in a show, like it's like a bit of a musical like piece that plays every time a character comes on screen. Like a piece of music associated with that character.
I pretty much am.
Very nice.
Very
awesome.
Nice.
Anyway, Keg, so let's just be straight. Did you like this episode?
Okay. I liked it in the sense that I really liked every single new character. They were all great. I really enjoyed seeing them the same way I enjoyed seeing Maud back in the day because they all had a lot of personality. But did not give a shit about like the moral or the story. And Applejack was particularly horrible. And I mean, I get it. I know why she did the things she did, but like really was stretching my believability for how retarded she can be.
I don't know if I agree. I don't really think. I don't really think what she did was all that bad. I see why she did. I mean, it was a little extreme. You go and you secretly set up hearthwarming decorations. It was it was weird.
I've got two quotes that really sum up how Applejack thought this episode, and these were a little bit tough for me to swallow. I didn't learn anything. Yeah, that's the big one. Here, I wrote them down. Okay.
And the other one is, hey, it's Twilight Sparkle's balloon.
Twilight Sparkle's balloon. Yeah. Okay, here they are. Pinkie Pie's family has never had a real hearthwarming.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, Applejack. Get the fuck out of here.
That's when you know, like, okay, at first.
How does she not understand that different families have different traditions?
No, the thing is, she does understand that, like, on an intellectual level, but, like, on an emotional level, she still sees what they're doing as wrong.
And that's the second quote, which is, I just want them to see how much better it could be. Man, fuck you, Applejack. Fuck you. That was, okay, I know she learns her lesson, but, like,
she learns her lesson, sure. But more important than that to me is that it's, because, like, at the very beginning, she's talking to Twilight, and Twilight's like, we open our presents on Hearthwarming Eve, and Applejack's like, you do? And they're like, yup, and she's like,
I hope the pies don't do that.
Okay, that's good for you, I guess.
No, she was consistent.
It was very consistent, and it was very, and I could really tell what was going on. Like, she knows she's supposed to be accepting of others' traditions, but that doesn't mean it's easy for her.
That's true. Man, I knew what was going to happen this episode the second it started, and Twilight said, like, to each their own, I suppose. It was just like,
I knew what was gonna happen, but I still liked the way it played out. I never thought that what Applejack was doing and thinking was so extreme. Because she asks Pinkie, she's like, Pinkie, imagine us doing a good Hearthwarming Eve, and Pinkie's like, hey, that does sound good. And Applejack, like, because Applejack wants to think that Pinky doesn't really like these kind of shitty traditions that seem terrible to Applejack, so she interprets her answer as, yes, that is better, let's do that.
That is true. She was definitely implying that, like, there's a better way than the way you're doing it.
And then she's like, Pinky said these traditions suck, and Granny Smith's like, did she really say that? And Applejack's like,
yeah, man, totally.
I guess, sort of. Why not?
Yeah.
So to me, I could really follow Applejack's train of thought and like the logic she was working on behind everything she did.
That's true. Things got a little cheesy though. Like when she planted the pole in the fault line and it like ruined everything.
Okay,
that was a bit much. I'm not saying that was her fault.
Whoa.
I'm just saying the episode kind of that was kind of a jump the shark moment when just putting a pole in the ground like destroyed their precious family monument. Come on, guys. Did we really have to go that far?
I mean, sure it's a coincidence, but it just kind of goes to show that Applejack doesn't understand why they do the things they do, because like to any of the pies, they would have been like, don't ever put a pole there. It's a fault line. But Applejack has no idea about that stuff, so she does it, and it messes everything up because she doesn't see it the same way that they do. And then on the train, they say that, you know, I think it's Granny Smith or Applejack is like, you know, I didn't think about why they do the things they do.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so enough about that. Let's talk about.
I'll just come right out and say I think that this episode is like a strong 9. It's really, really good. Everything after they get to the farm is 10 out of 10. The only thing I don't like about it is everything before they get to the farm is sort of drawn out and boring, and I didn't like it. But
that took like almost no time.
It was like the first 3 or 4 minutes I didn't like. Even on a rewatch, I was like, okay, this sucks.
I thought they were fine, personally.
The only thing I do like about that part is that it establishes the doll thing.
That's what I was going to say. We got to see, you know, it didn't have to be Twilight or Spike, but, you know, she's the main character, whatever. So we get to see, like, how, like, they do it, and then we can compare that to the way other guys, you know. Yeah,
you do. You kind of get to see, like, a normal hearth-swarming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Applejack's is pretty normal, too, but that's...
Right, but we don't get to see that.
Yeah. So let's talk about the family a little bit more, because I have a thought about this.
You mean the pies?
That's right. I'm talking about the pies. So Igneous and them are cool. The sisters are all cool, and I really like how they all feel a lot like Maude to me, in that they're all super. Oh, they got the personality, and they're just going with it.
They're all very strongly characterized.
Yeah,
and very
efficiently. They did not phone it in.
No.
Marble in particular.
And they're all kind of...
Yeah.
It's great. They're all kind of jerks, but then, like, Apple Bloom...
Marble is pure. Marble didn't do shit to
Apple
nobody.
Bloom is like, she's sweet once you get to know her. They all are, and I agree.
You're talking about Maude. When you would just
well, yeah, she says that about Maude, but then she says they're all sweet once you get to know her, and I agree.
That's right.
You know, like, the parents are really stuffy, and, like, Limestone is real, like, grumpy and,
angry
like,
all the time,
and pushy and stuff, but, like, you know, you can kind of get an idea of why they're like that.
Yeah,
all
totally.
That stuff.
And, you know, like, they all loosened up in the end. Like, Limestone's really tough, but, you know, at the end, she's like, okay, you guys are all right. You're here to help. I appreciate that. And the parents were, like, talking with Granny Smith. They were bouncing some jokes off each other.
Oh, my God.
Some laughter.
Yeah, they adopt each other's mode of speech. Tell me, when...
That was great.
When they're paired up, and they're like, how'd you meet each other? And they're like, the choosing stone matched us and decreed that we would love each other, and it was so. And Granny Smith is like, you think, okay, it's such a weird but perfect sequence. Granny Smith hears that.
Yeah.
And she's not it's weird.
She's not freaked out at all by their arranged marriage.
I mean, I feel like maybe there's like a twinge of like, oh, that's weird on her face, but maybe I'm just imagining
I didn't see it.
Maybe I'm just imagining it. But then she's like, you think it knows any apple farming hunks? And Feldspar and Igneous and Claudia are like, they're like, this lady gets it.
Yeah, right? They did our fucking weirdo arranged marriage shit. That was awesome. I love that moment. That was like the funniest moment in the whole episode.
I just burst out laughing both times.
Me too.
It didn't get any less funny.
That was
what a perfect
absolutely
moment.
Great. Hey, how about
and then Apple Bloom and Maud bonding.
Oh, that was great. We can really relate to both dreaming about being things. That was that was great. That was fucking great.
I just felt great because that's how I would feel about Maud too. That's how I do feel about Maud. She's
that you
great.
Can relate to her passion for something.
I can relate to Apple Bloom's passion for Maud. In a way.
Yeah.
And
she's mine.
And Big Mac and Marble. I'm not usually the type to get all like feely about things being really cute. But this was
no, stop.
Really
I
cute.
want to talk about this. Marble and Big Mac are the true OTP. There has never been an OTP like this ever before. I'm sorry, Cheerilee, you're gone. You're history.
I was gonna say, what must Cheerilee think about this?
I heard like in the background you can hear muffled screams from a teacher in the distance. You know,
is that so?
That's true.
Yeah. Oh my god,
dude, her little
yes,
so cute, dude, so cute. They're perfect for each other.
I liked Marble right away.
Marble was the best,
and so of course, God,
Limestone I hated at first, but like that's just because she's all business, you know. And then at the end she was totally welcoming. To,
that's how you're supposed to feel about Limestone.
I know, and it totally worked. I love Limestone. I think she's a total badass, and I love her. And she's
mess
rad.
with me, and
she
I'll
runs
fuck
this
you
shit,
up, child.
Dude, when she pointed at Apple Bloom through the window, it was like, you get out.
Yeah.
That was so
when
great.
the boulder falls and then like the smoke clears and there's a shot down onto the boulder and you just hear in the background a distinctly Limestone voice. No.
Dude, she fucking loves that rock.
It
was
perfect.
Holder's
boulder.
Yeah.
Holder's boulder. And then my favorite Limestone moment is when after the apples leave, Pinky Limestone is like, this is all their fault, and she's angry. And Pinky's like, then it's my fault too, and she's sad, and then like Limestone expression sort of softens a bit, like, oh, I didn't realize I was kind of insulting Pinky in the same breath there.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
That's true. That's true.
You know, she cares about Pinky's feelings. She doesn't really care about the apple's feelings.
Which is understandable.
Sure.
So, hey.
Wait. I also want to say about Limestone.
Okay.
Did you see her cutie mark?
It was a lime and 2 stones.
It's sort of garbage, but it's kind of good too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, it was like, okay, does she actually do anything with limes? Because if not, why is there a lime?
Well, I think the idea there is that she's sour.
Hey, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that's what is meant to be going on there.
Ooh, that totally works.
She's a sour rock farmer.
That's fine with me. I like it. I didn't think of that before.
It's pretty ugly.
I was taking it too literally.
It's sort of a lame pun, but
I think it's fine.
But it's also kind of in the vein of like the main six's cutie marks in that it's metaphorical, which I like a lot.
Yeah. Marbles was boring. I mean, like 3 marbles or whatever.
It's not like a super clever visual gag or anything, but at least a little thought went into it.
And you know what?
Whereas Marbles is just some marbles.
Another thing I really liked was that kind of Maud stood out even more, like from her family, because like she's like the scientist almost. She's like always talking about like different classifications, and she's like really into it, you know. And nobody else is like as obsessed with like rock types and like the geology and stuff behind it.
When she
really felt like she had her own personality, even from her own family.
Oh, man, when she sees the dirt on Applejack's hooves, and she's like,
shit.
"Oh, what did she?" She's like,
she said, "You must have been sledding because that's like mountainous rock."
Yeah, but she identified it as like extrusive agricite, extrusive something. I don't know. It was just really cool.
That was great. And I guess I'll bring up at the end they redid the "they're all about rocks" joke, and I laughed, but I felt it was a little cheap.
I feel that it was an appropriate reincorporation. It felt worth the recycling.
I totally laughed, so you know. Okay, but on that vein, I want to bring up something real quick, and it was so when Maud first appeared, my first question was, why didn't we just use one of the other sisters? And I know now we've given Limestone and Marble their own personalities, but I really have to bring up, why couldn't they just have used one of them back then? What was the point of creating another sister? Did they just anticipate that they'd want another one? Is that all it is?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
It is curious. Yeah, like
it's just curious. That's all.
You know, like the Maud personality could have belonged to one of the other sisters.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't just use one of those models, but I'm glad they didn't because I really like all three.
No, me too. Me too.
And I'm glad we got what we got.
Hey, and how about Pinkie Pie being a fraternal twin, the older sister of Marble Pie? What's
Marble's
up with that
twin.
Shit?
That's pretty
cool.
That's pretty weird.
I know.
That's pretty strange.
Would never have expected it, but
she has a twin sister.
And yet never has mentioned her. Never talks
once
about her.
Never once has she even said Marble's name before this episode.
That's true. That's true.
Holy cow.
Okay,
yeah, I really like her weird ass family and how she doesn't live with them. Like they all live together, but she lives apart because she's like the black sheep or something.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, she had her own path in life, so she went and found it. Like, what's Marble's path in life? Being shy around the farm?
Being shy, liking marbles. I
guess. Dude, I bet she's a marble fucking champ.
Dude,
I want to see her play marbles.
Their hearthwarming decor, just the glowing crystals on the lawn.
So cool, dude.
So cool.
Hey, okay, let's talk a little bit about the traditions of Hearthwarming Eve specifically. Dolls are really the thing I want to talk about.
As everyone knows, I'm an avowed hater of Hearthwarming Eve, the holiday, but episodes, go watch Phantom Reviews if you haven't seen it. You probably all have.
Gotta see it.
But I really like episodes about it. I really like episodes that dive into the lore of Equestria and the customs of Equestria, and Hearthwarming Eve episodes do that better than any, in my opinion. And they're super interesting.
The first thing I want to mention about that was when they did the retelling of the story, they mentioned they showed the flag again, confirming the whole Celestia Luna flag thing, which is clearly a myth. Nimble Thimble. They specifically mentioned there's a fictional character, Nimble Thimble, who created that flag back then, who sewed the non-existent Luna and Celestia onto this flag.
Wait, really?
They said
Thimble?
The first flag was made by Nimble Thimble.
I totally missed that.
So, like, not only is the flag obviously nonsensical, but there's a lore about who made it as well.
Isn't that cool? That just super doesn't make any sense, but in a way that I really appreciate.
Me too. I think.
What
the
fuck's
legit.
The conspiracy here?
I honestly,
who is Nimble Thimble?
No one knows. No one knows.
Why does the flag? Didn't anyone stop to question why the flag looks like that? Open your eyes, ponies.
I know. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
More like sheep, am I right?
Celestia and Luna are not involved in the myth whatsoever, guys. Okay.
They clearly did not exist. But I've been over this. Yeah. Anyway, I just also want to say that cookie sequence looked really cool.
It did look really cool. I totally agree. So with the dolls, I thought it was really interesting how at the beginning, so Twilight and Spike have their own, they like have dolls of themselves. The Rocks, the Pie family, they make little rock miniatures of themselves each time. And Applejack says that in her family, they have traditional ones that they pass down, their heirlooms that they pass down from generation to generation. And the idea is you hang them or put them on top of the mantle so that they all gather around to simulate the fire of friendship that banished the Wendigos long ago.
Is that really what they say?
That they really say that. They really say that.
How did I miss that? That's really what the dolls are supposed to do?
That's right. They symbolize gathering around the fire to resemble everyone coming together to
How
banish the
did I
Wendigos.
miss that?
That's right.
That's so
really
awesome.
Important. I know.
That's awesome. I love this Hearthwarming Eve lore.
I know. The lore
I love the fire of friendship. The fire of friendship is like my favorite thing in the whole show. I really wish they talked about it out in regular episodes. I really wish that in some season finale they would have to harness the power of the fire of friendship to banish something.
If they do, that'll upset some things we said in Phantom Reviews.
Fuck the elements of harmony. Fuck the rainbow crystal tree lasers.
Yeah,
Fire of friendship is the true power of Equestria.
Yeah, dude.
And it's awesome looking.
It's super awesome looking.
Okay.
What else?
Keep talking
what else we
about
gotta
this.
say? The rock soup was a kind of, I don't know.
I really wish they had called it stone soup.
I agree. That would have been symbolic.
I mean,
cool.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's like very unappetizing looking thin soup with a rock in it that is clearly not digestible.
Well, no. One of them eats the rock.
I thought Pinkie did.
Pinkie might. I think Igneous eats the rock. I think he takes a bite out of it.
So they are edible rocks.
They're edible rocks.
Edible rocks. Spike eats gems. They eat rocks.
Because there's that like folktale about stone soup.
Right, but the idea was the rock wasn't actually the nutritious part of the soup. You know, everyone adds their extra little bit to the stone soup, and you get a rich brew.
True.
Yeah, but this was, you know, it looked like pea soup with a rock in it.
I mean, maybe there's like.
All I'm saying.
I mean, if these rocks are edible, clearly it's like it's important in some way.
Right. All I'm saying is, compared to the banquet of food that AJ clearly, you know, was expecting, this fucking sucked. Dinner was garbage.
It did suck.
It's totally shit.
That's
but
okay.
It's the tradition. That's fine. You know, that's what they do.
Because that's their prerogative.
Yes. Okay. Now, really, the only thing else I want to say.
Yeah, I'm out of stuff. Please tell me. Please give me more subjects.
Okay. The only thing left is just AJ's whole thing, not getting what's going down with their traditions, and like her, you know, her quick turnaround to be like, you know what, these traditions are cool.
Stop the train.
Yeah, she stopped. Well, you know, she is an element of harmony. Maybe her celebrity is what allowed.
Oh, whatever. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, you know, I don't know where. Basically, all the stuff I said at the beginning. I thought it was kind of silly. That's all I got where that's concerned.
Okay,
if you got something to say, please.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
It's sort of an observation on my own reaction.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't like anything before they get to the farm. In particular, the bit where they do the gag where they're like, we might be related, and then they start saying each other's lines at the same time.
Yeah.
It went on too long.
True.
And it wasn't funny, and I didn't like it.
Repeating it was not warranted.
However,
yeah.
Then later in the Crystal Cave, when they sort of do it again,
yeah,
it actually was really good. So I actually was glad that the first one was there, just because it made the second one good.
You know, that's true. The first one was not funny, but it made the second one work.
The first one's a joke, but it's not funny.
Right.
But the second one's like a cute moment, and it is actually pretty cute, and I liked it. Man,
I agree.
Oh, dude, when she knocks over the boulder,
yeah,
and she's like, "Oh boy," and right before the commercial break, and she makes that sort of face,
yeah,
and then afterwards they're like, "Where is she?" And she's crying in the cave because she fucked everything up. I loved it.
I enjoyed watching her suffer.
Being
such a bitch,
you know, because she really fucked up, and I might have cried too if I was her. It was like real sad. And she's like, "Oh, I wanted us to be friends, but I ruined everything. I did this dumb thing, and it's ruined." And then Pinky's crying too, and they're like, "Meet it," and then they're like, "I'm sorry, everything fell apart, nothing worked out, and I gotta go." And she's like, "Okay, happy hearthwarming." She's like, "You too. I'm sorry, everything's ruined, but I still love each other."
The path
this episode was really
this
good.
hell was certainly paved with the best of intentions.
Exactly.
Okay, you know, that's pretty much all I got to say about this.
Give it a score, Keg. Okay. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, I can't give it a 9. I'll give it, I think, a solid 8.
Why?
Is probably because it's not that I.
Why don't you love it as much as I do?
I just didn't enjoy seeing Applejack not get it so hard for so long, and you know, I got it immediately. I was like, Applejack, look at your family. They're having a great time. And you know, I could see myself in the exact same place as AJ, but you know, I just don't like it.
No, dude.
I don't like it.
No, dude. This fits with everything we know about Applejack. And even beyond that, the structure of the episode really provides, at least for me, a very clear, logical, and emotional through line of how Applejack goes from, you know, maybe a bit of mild discomfort with the idea of adopting a new tradition to, that's it, I'm changing this tradition up. Let's try it my way. They're gonna see that my way's better.
You know, perhaps it's a personal failing of me not appreciating it, but what can I say?
One of many.
One of many. Oh, so before we wrap up, why did this episode play at the end of October? What's it doing here?
Why
was this not the Christmas episode?
Well, Hearthwarming Eve isn't just Christmas. It's also kind of like Thanksgiving.
It's not even November. Why didn't they do it?
I know.
At least some point closer to one of those.
I don't know. Maybe Hearthwarming Eve is in October. Who says it's not?
Well, they could, but it's a show made in the real world, and they could play this episode when it's more appropriate for real pony people like us.
Yeah.
We celebrate the sacrifice of our Lord.
I mean, I agree it's not even Halloween yet. Yeah. I probably would have preferred it more.
The Halloween episode is next week. That makes sense.
Wait, what?
Yeah, next week's the Halloween
Eve
episode.
is before the Halloween episode?
That's right, motherfucker. Explain
that
shit. No one
Megan,
knows.
why?
Megan,
Merriweather?
Fucked us up again.
That's strange.
That's
strange, and I don't have an explanation.
Well, we better start getting our preparations for Hearthswarming Eve done. The Standard family has a rich tradition of gathering all the local bums around the Gold Standard Diner.
The Standard Diner,
and
that's
eating,
right.
And eating our dinner in front of them to remind ourselves of what we have. And how
remind
other
them
don't
all
have
of what
it.
we have too.
That's right, and it's an honored tradition started by our great father, and we will continue it.
In honor of this season, Keg, let's join our voices in a rendition of the Heart Carol,
yes.
the traditional Hearthswarming song. Are you ready, Keg?
I'm ready. And 1, 2, 3.
The fire of friendship lives in our hearts. As long as it burns, we cannot drift apart. Though quarrels arise, their numbers are few.
Laughter and singing will see us through.
Will see us through. We are a circle of pony friends. A circle of friends will be to the very end.
Happy Hearthswarming Eve, every pony.
Happy whatever, friends.
See you next week.
Always jumping the gun. Before we go, let me once again thank our special patrons giving us the greatest Hearthswarming present of all.
Cold hard cash.
That's right. Bits, baby. Thank you, Megan Hannafin. Thank you, Nicholas Crucifix. Nick, I'm so sorry. Please don't fuck me up. Christopher Roberts, Matthew Chapdelaine of MetaversalComics.com, Noah Troutman, Crack, Michael Anarelli, Justin Butler, Jacob Bielski, Reverse Spectrum, Indigovation, Little Tinker, Justin Adams, Angela Durand, Nicholas Schwalb, Paul Toussaint. Thank you
guys
all
so much.
And a Merry Weather Williams to you all.
Good night.